Welcome, everybody, back to another episode of the Scumtown podcast. I am your host, Vinny Beetle. This episode today is sponsored by Sweet Heel CBD. Go to sweetheal.com, use promo code Beetle for 20% off. I'm here today with an awesome guest, probably our best guest that we've had so far. Nothing knocking the previous people that we've had on. I'm just a big fan of them. Zackass, welcome to Scumtown, man. Thank you for coming.
What up? Thanks for having me, man.
I appreciate you taking a little bit of time out of your quarantine to touch base with us here at Scumtown.
How's no problem, dude. What else am I gonna do?
Yeah, I know. How's it going for you though so far?
It's going pretty good. I've just been chilling, been like playing video games, watching movies and shit. I've watched like every episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm right now. So.
Oh, are you a big comedy guy, Zach?
Yeah.
Who are some of your favorite comedians?
Yeah. I like Tom Segura. Fucking Joey Diaz is really funny. Who else?
Scumbag Vinny.
Yeah.
I'm just teasing.
Fucking, Joe Rogan's cool.
Yeah, no, Rogan's cool. Rogan's cool. I mean, I brought you here today, man, to talk about.
Yeah. Before like all this quarantine shit, I liked going to the Comedy Store a lot and like just going to stand comedy like events and shit.
That is pretty cool, man.
Now
you got to check out.
Down.
You got to go to Kill Tony on Mondays and drop your name in the bucket.
Oh yeah.
Maybe you'll get on.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Now, Zach, where are you from originally? You're in California. You're in LA now. Where are you from originally?
I'm from Indiana, Hobart, Indiana, which is like near Gary, and Gary is like where like Michael Jackson was born. Who else is from like? There's not really much else from Gary. Gary's like not far from Chicago, so like Northwest Indiana. You're like 45 minutes from Chicago, so you don't really hear about the rest of Indiana from there because the rest of Indiana is all like farming and like just like nothing, just like really lame.
Yeah, but I mean that's where a lot of the two stupid guys and gals come from Indiana though, like Chadwick, and I've read a bunch. I've read as much as I could, and I also follow the show, when it was on, so I'm a big fan, man.
Yeah.
I mean, our story's a little funny. It's not anything that we have to get too much into, but basically, everybody knows about my shit with Bam, and it's like, it's tough when you're a fan, but you're also like trying to get into the entertainment industry too, so sometimes you make a mistake, and that could kind of, go sideways with certain things. But with the Too Stupid show, is that something you guys are going to keep pursuing, or is it going to be, I mean, are you able to talk about any of your future stuff?
Yeah, I mean, like, with Too Stupid, like, nothing, like, it didn't get picked back up from MTV, but, like, the production company still owns Too Stupid, not MTV doesn't own it. Like,
right.
We could do something with it in the future. Before all this quarantine stuff, I was working on a movie, and I was, like, I can't really talk about it because of, like, NDAs, so, and I'm working on, like, making another show.
That's great.
Right now, I'm still working on that.
Dude, but, you take a lot of pain, man. Is that something that ever like as a young kid you started dealing with that, or was it something like you were like, I want the spotlight a little, so I'm gonna try this? Like, how did that stuff come about?
I was a huge fan of Jackass, like, as a kid. I wasn't even allowed to watch it though. My family's like super Christian, so like.
Oh wow!
I wasn't allowed to like watch like a bunch of shit. So when I had to sneak like watching Jackass. Like I had to like late at night or whatever, and like just
trying to sneak.
No one
having your finger on that button.
Yeah.
Remember that button? You'd go to the other channel real quick.
Yeah. I was like going to that. Yeah, like the return channel or whatever, like the recall. Yeah,
just to see like Bam shove something in his ass.
A lot of shit like that.
What
Yeah, but like I've been filming stuff since I was like 10 years old. I was like filming skits and stuff with my friends, and like trying to make little movies and stuff, and then we would start to film like skateboarding and shit, and then it eventually turned into us just doing dumb shit, and then I did that for like all through like middle school and high school. And then while I was in high school, I started doing I started getting like I was on like a couple of different like small like TV things in high school, where like I was there was like the show on G4, which is like a digital cable channel back in the day.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember G4.
Sort of like Ridiculous, but before ridiculousness.
Yeah.
There was this show called Web Soup that was on there, and they would just take internet video and like make fun of them and shit.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I was on that. They flew me out to LA and shit, but I had like a video in like every episode of that show. Like they would just license clips from me and shit. And then like so that kind of stuff happened when I was like earlier on, and then eventually like I guess I just been filming crazy like ever since since I was younger. Yeah,
I really admire it, and
I stopped. Yeah.
No, well, I was gonna say I admire it, and I
ended up like stopping filming.
What'd you stop filming? I'm sorry. Go ahead. Finish.
Oh yeah. So like so I was filming. So I had been filming like for a while, and then like it was a couple years after high school we were still filming, but then like everyone started like going their own way. Like so like because the people in Too Stupid like Megan and Cody and my friend Tommy, I had filmed with them ever since I was a kid, like a little kid. So like I had been friends with them ever since they were little kids and shit. And then like everyone else came in later, but yeah, like we everyone sort of went their separate ways when we stopped filming, and after that I ended up just like getting a normal job, and I worked at Walmart for like 3.5 years, and like some other jobs too. Then I went to jail for a month.
Wait.
After that,
let's not skip over that part. Why the hell did you go to jail?
Yeah. Oh, it was like a DUI for weed.
Oh, I got one I got one at the castle party. I got the same thing. I just got a weed DUI at Bam's house. Yeah,
it was like a DUI for weed. Yeah, it was pretty ridiculous, but like I didn't have any weed on me, and I wasn't high when I got pulled over. My friends smelled like weed when I picked them up from work, so they were like, "Oh, it smells like," and he smelled like really, and so like we get pulled over because he sets off the alarm in the gas station that he works at.
Wow.
As we're leaving on accident, because he's just a fucking idiot and didn't set it up right, and it just goes off. So these cops like follow us, like this is real. It's a small town that I was living in at the time. These cops follow us, and they they pull us over, and they're like, "Oh, it smells like weed." They asked if we need weed and stuff. No, and then they're like, "Okay, well, we're gonna drug test." And I was like, "No, you're not." And then they're like, "Okay, well, we're gonna get a warrant for your blood," and they got a warrant for my blood, and so they tested I should have just let them do the swab test, and I would be fine. So I hadn't like smoked in like a while, and they were like, "Okay, so they got a warrant for my blood." They took me to the hospital in handcuffs, and they took my blood from me, and then they kept me over the night, and they let me leave like the next morning. And then, like 9 months later, I get a letter in the mail saying I have to go to court for pretty much operable with a Schedule 1 and my blood.
Wow.
So it was just for weed.
Wow.
And, yeah, so they were gonna like try to put me on probation and shit for I guess like over like a year pretty much. And I didn't want to get like stuck in the probation system, and like just end up doing something dumb and violating probation. So I was just like, "Can I just go to jail?" And they were like, "Yeah." And they weren't really stoked on that, but yeah. So I had to go to jail for a month for it.
How was it?
Yeah. It wasn't that bad. I mean, like it was pretty chill for the most part.
Did anybody recognize you, or was it before?
Like as soon as it's.
Did anybody recognize you at all?
Hmm.
Did anybody recognize you at all?
Oh no, this was before everything.
Oh really?
This was literally before I started filming. Yeah, it's before I started filming again. And so I'm in jail for like a month, and I go in, and it's just like me. My bunkmate just has swastikas tattooed all over him, like this super like Nazi dude.
What?
And, like, everyone else like in this. Yeah, everyone else in the block like that I was in were all like Nazi dudes. And like,
have you ever thought about? Have you ever thought about having
going to prison for murder?
Have you ever thought about having your own podcast? It seems like you have.
What?
Yeah. Have you ever thought about that?
Yeah, I just, eventually I probably will.
It's just like you're just
Yeah,
like,
I
oh
thought
wait,
about it a
I don't
little
have. I mean, you don't have to stab yourself or anything, you know.
Yeah.
But dude, I mean, I swear to God, I'm not kidding. Out of all the Jackass people that I am a fan of, and I consider you one of them because you have done things that even they wouldn't do. You have something about you that is fearless, man. It's fearless. It almost reminds me of Mick Foley. I don't know if you're a wrestling guy at all. You follow wrestling.
Yeah, I'm not like a huge wrestling fan, but I'm a fan of Mick Foley.
Yeah, Mick Foley is like
he's done some crazy ass shit.
Yeah, and like he's
that
kind
fucking Hell in a Cell match.
Well, yeah, it's just like he did stunts.
Just like so much insane shit.
Even when he was in Japan, it was even crazier, man. You know what I mean? But you're onto some crazy, dude. You are onto a great life, and no matter what negativity ever comes our way, the best thing is to just remain positive. Because like, look at all these great things that end up happening from bad shit in all of our lives. You know, it's just.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, if I never worked with Bam at all, I would never be even on the phone with you right now. You know, so it's like. You know, a lot of people would say, you know, because look, and I'm just a stand-up comedian. I swear to God, when I got a call to go work with him, I was just like any person would be that's regular in the world. They want to do it.
Yeah.
You know, and then I met you at the party. Yeah. You remember how nuts I was going. I just was it was such a big responsibility and so much going on. And, you know, Steve-O did come at me pretty hard, man. And I don't even know him, really. I'm a fan of his. So a lot of it was just, was tough. It was just tough, Zach. You know what I mean? Like, and how weird is it that Vinny, Skinny Vinny's from where I'm from? We're from the same place.
I know, it's crazy.
So it was
fucking crazy.
We didn't even know each other, but we had. When you're from East Haven, West Haven, you got this little connection. You know what I mean? It's just a thing. Mm-hmm. You know, and there's one kid, Rudy, I went to school with. He's really good friends with. I guess they got clean together, or I don't really know the whole story. Mm-hmm. But Rudy's a good guy. Anyways, So you've been doing this now for a few years.
Yeah, I know Rudy.
Oh yeah, you do. You've been doing this for a little while now.
Yeah, I know Rudy.
And Zach, it's like at some point, you know, when you do get older, you're gonna say, hey, enough's enough, right? I mean, you think that's what it's gonna be?
Yeah, I mean, like. I can't do this forever, but I mean, I'm going to do it for as long as I can.
Hell yeah. And then what you do is
eventually
you transition your fan base.
Pivot into just like acting and stuff.
Yeah.
But, like, right now I'm going to do this while I can.
Yes. And I think you could do both. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with what you're doing. I love it. I just think that you like just hearing that one story about you in jail that I didn't know about you. There's so much people want to hear about you behind the scenes. And I think, you know, there are a lot of comedians that make a really good living just podcasting from their home or doing, you know, appearances and stuff. So I seen you guys doing some live shows. How did those go?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I've done a few. Like, it's usually pretty fun. Like the last thing I did was like a variety that I did, and like I was just like I just went up and human darts and some different shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna I don't know. I want to do more live stuff in the future. Like I have some like plans on like actually like bigger like performances that I would do. But you know, it'll be fun. I'm excited about it.
Even though the castle party was a mess, it was fun while it was going on. You know, it was like the event itself. Yeah. I thought once it happened, it was like okay, we're here. I tried to enjoy myself as much as I could. So do you have any? Do you have any thoughts on, I mean, what are your thoughts on the whole situation with Jackass? Now, I know you can't talk very much about Jackass with the coronavirus going on, but do you think that they'll be okay to continue filming once this kind of, you know, subsides? Do you think it'll be something that they get back on schedule for? I mean, I've just read a couple things. I mean, everything's kind of shutting down, you know, so I assume it is.
Yeah, I can't really like say anything.
Well, no, that's all right. That's all right. I mean, look, it's just something fans always like are talking about. You know, they want to know if it's happening or, you know, I know Bam's home. I know.
Yeah, I mean.
I'm sorry. Were you gonna say something, Zach?
Yeah. Oh, no.
Okay, so moving on. When you're doing Too Stupid to Die and you're working with MTV, man, is it hard for you to maintain like paying bills and like living a normal life when you're trying to make a TV show and there's so many expenses of literally just like hotels and eating? Like does that put a lot of pressure on you guys?
I mean, like when I was doing Too Stupid, like they paid for everything. Like and we were getting paid at the time, like when we were doing it. So it was pretty chill.
That's
so
good.
Like so yeah, it wasn't really that hard. It was pretty dope. I mean, it just depends like what level of production like you're making, and just how it's all set up. Like if you're getting paid before, like after, or during, or whatever,
Yeah.
But I mean, during Too Stupid, we were taken care of very well.
That's great, man. That's great.
I mean, that was cool.
What a cool dream.
I mean, like,
what a cool thing to work for MTV.
Yeah, like in the first, like in that, we were living in, like, because we had to do like a reshoot where we had to go back to Indiana, and they actually had us like in hotels, when like for like 2 weeks, and then we had to do another one for a couple of days, but like before that, we were all living in that house together, like in Too Stupid, like we were living together in this fucking house that we shot in.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. That's kind of like some Jersey Shore shit, except you guys are doing Zackass stunts the whole time.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
What was your favorite part about filming Too Stupid? What was the favorite episode? I've seen every one of them. What was your favorite thing about everything that you guys have done?
Like I really liked like doing like the big stunts was fun. Like when I did the motorcycle jump, and when I did the thing like when Cody and I were walking through the giant explosion and shit, that was fun. There were some couple like little things like didn't even get to be in the show that were super funny. Like there was this one where Chadwick was like trying to sell a used car, and like we had all these people just coming from Craigslist that like wanted to buy the car, but he was like breaking like the car as he was like trying to sell it to him, and like he was like telling him all this bizarre shit into the car. It was super funny, but like they didn't use it at all. And that should have been in the driving episode because it was so fun. It was honestly probably one of the funniest things that happened.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's a shame they didn't let you guys keep that film.
Like the stunts, yeah. Yeah, like the stunts and everything were good, but like a lot of people, like, well, MTV wise, like it's just how it is now. Like it's more like people like really responded well to the pranks and stuff more, like on MTV, just because like it's just a different audience than what like the Jackass audience was like back in the day when Jackass was on MTV. Completely different MTV audience, like compared to now. Like now, like the MTV's audience is like maybe like 90% female. So like the pranks like went over a lot better than the stunts when we were filming, and like that was one of like the best pranks, and they get to fucking use it.
I mean, I'm sure you got a lot of shit coming, man. You know, we talked to this character.
Yeah.
We talked to this character in the past who was interested in doing stunts. He's a comedian, and I don't want to say his name, but it's so crazy when you see people talking about wanting, like, you know, everybody talks about how Jackass, they want to do Jackass stuff. Oh, when I was younger, I used to film Jackass stuff with my friends, you know, and it's like, it takes a lot of commitment to actually do that shit. I know when I first started hanging out with Bam at his house, I was nervous they were going to try to make me do something, you know. I was like, I don't want to do anything like that, because I've never been any kind of way. Do you have any siblings, Zach? Do you have a big family?
Yeah, I have like 2 younger sisters, and then yeah, that's pretty much it. Just my 2 younger sisters.
What about school? Did you finish high school?
High school, I ended up dropping out because I was kicked out for like videos and stuff. Because like we would always like I was getting in trouble for like just stupid shit, and like with making videos like. They said I was like trying to like force people to light themselves on fire and shit, and that wasn't happening. And all this stuff, and turned into this whole big deal. But then I dropped out, and I got my GED like immediately.
Yeah, I dropped out of high school as well. So how did the video with Steve-O come about? How did you meet Steve-O? Was he a fan of yours first? Because I think that's how I remember.
Yeah. He so I had been like making these like this company. So like I filmed all these viral videos like when I because right when I got out of jail is when I started filming crazy videos again. And because I was like I don't want to work a normal job anymore, and I just want to like do crazy shit and hopefully something comes of it. And so like one of the first I do, I shoot myself in the face with this giant Roman candle. Second, like super viral thing was I put the skateboard on the spine ramp and I jump on it.
I seen that.
Breaks and I nut shot on.
I seen that. That's fucking crazy.
And that got picked up by like every like major skateboarding outlet. You know, like one it like shared that. And so like this page XYZ Clothing shared it, and I knew that's how like Steve-O I got like I saw a video where Steve-O was like XYZ Clothing like helped him get famous and shit. So I was like, okay, you know, so they shared my video and I was like, oh, that's dope. So I commented on it and I was like, sponsor me, LOL. And they messaged me a few hours later and they were like, oh, you plan on doing more skateboarding stuff? And
So, Zach, we got cut off there a little bit, but that's okay because my equipment's all bogus, scumbag Vinny equipment anyway, so it's my fault. So, where were we, buddy? So, you were talking, we were just talking about a bunch of randomness, and I just want to thank you again for coming to Scumtown, dude. I really do appreciate it, man. I know.
Yeah, no problem, man.
I know this freaking dude Leatherface was hitting me up, but I gotta be honest with you, that guy is just an old pro wrestler who's bitter. You know, he's saying you guys do the same stunts, and I say, dude, it's in comedy. There are certain premises that comedians feed off of, and then they do it their own way. That's if we didn't all like do similar things, you know, then I just feel like it would be very difficult for anybody to do anything good. You know what I mean? And you know, I don't really even care too much about the guy, and so to get in touch with you was awesome. I'm just happy you did it, man. Everything that a lot of people have heard about me, I'll be honest, me and Bam kind of created the character because I'm not a skateboarder. I'm not a stunt guy. You know, I'm a comedian, but where does that really play into your guys' culture? You know what I mean? And so my character just kind of came about itself. So when I first met you, it was fucking awesome. And I'm just glad that you ended up doing this. So we're back. We got part 2 of this episode now. And I got a couple more questions that I did write down for you over here. And one thing that I did want to know is, are you staying in LA like indefinitely? Is that something now that you're just like, I'm here and I'm going to stay here until I get in a movie or do something? Like, is that your plan?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, like, I plan on working in entertainment and, like, just doing different stuff and stay out here. Yeah.
That's awesome. I've never been to LA. So, I've never been to LA. Yeah. Actually, I've never been there. But I do have a lot of friends in the comedy business out there.
Yeah, I mean, LA is really dope. I like a lot. There's a lot to do, and, you know, there's a lot of work if you can get it, you know, so.
Have you ever thought about doing stand-up comedy?
Yeah. Sort of, but I never really, like, executed any plan to try and do that, or never, like, tried to, like, write any jokes.
Well, I think just being who you are, you could just
you know, maybe one day.
Yeah, I'm thinking just who you are, you could tell some stories and stuff, and it would go over pretty well, you know. Especially, you know, I think you're a pretty funny guy. Yeah. The concepts you guys have. What is it that you? Is there anything on your mind that you've wanted to talk about, or anything on radio that you've wanted to? Any organizations you want to support, or any social media plugs? There's all kinds of stuff you could, you know.
You know, follow me on Instagram, Free Joe Exotic.
Are you a Tiger King guy? I'm a Tiger King guy.
Yeah, that Tiger King was so good. Yeah, fuck Carol Baskin.
Yeah, she definitely killed her husband, man. I mean,
she 100% killed her husband.
I gotta be honest, man. Like, he
has
like
no questions asked.
He has so many similar tendencies to Bam, and it's not even the gayness, because I just joke around with Bam and say he's gay, and it's definitely not the gayness or the meth. It's definitely just like the fucking like control he has over his followers. Like, the people that love Exotic Joe, they love that guy.
Yeah,
I think he doesn't even think he's that famous. Like, he's in jail right now, so who knows, like, what's going through his head, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, shit's wild. He's gonna be in jail for a while. Like so.
Well, I think
It sucks.
yeah, it does, but you never know what appeals and stuff, I guess. But anyways, what
Yeah,
about this
yeah.
coronavirus thing, dude? What do you think about this?
Shit's crazy. I don't know. Like, I'm just hoping this is all over, like, sometime soon, hopefully.
Have you been staying
Things
inside?
get more back to normal.
You got enough food and shit?
Oh yeah, dude. I've been staying in. I haven't been doing it. Yeah.
What video games do you play?
Yeah, I've just been staying in, like, fuck. I've been playing, like, okay, because I never played GTA 5. So I've been, like, playing through GTA 5. I've been playing Warzone, like Call of Duty. I've been playing this other, like, Rockstar game called LA Noire, which is like a murder mystery like thing.
Yeah, no,
it's pretty cool.
I play a lot of video games. Are you on Xbox?
PlayStation 4.
Wow. I was gonna say I would have my first famous Xbox fan. I feel like that weirdo's gonna go buy a PlayStation just to play with you. Are you a weed smoker, Zach? Do you like weed?
I mean, I used to smoke weed, not anymore. I don't really do anything anymore.
No, you just take put hooks in your back and just hang from the ceiling for fun.
Yeah, and just hope for the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How old are you, dude?
28.
Shit, we're the same age. I turned 29 in 2 weeks.
Oh shit. Oh yeah.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah, my birthday is fucking September 11th.
Oh really? Fuck.
Yeah.
Way to put
insane.
A damper on your birthday forever.
Dude, I know. It's insane.
Zach, the towers fell and you were like, how old were you? You were like, must have been 5th grade, right? We were the same age.
Yeah, I was like 10 or 11 or something. I was like 9 or 10.
You're in Indiana.
Yeah.
So I got to paint this picture. You're in Indiana. The world is going crazy over the towers in this war, and you're still wondering if you're going to Chuck E. Cheese or not.
Yeah, pretty much. I couldn't have my birthday. Fucking everything was shitty, dude. Shitty birthday.
Yeah, but look where you're at now, man. It's great. Not right now because you're just at the Scumtown podcast, which is just like a ripoff of a really successful podcast. But it's still cool. You coming on here, man, you don't know how big it is, dude, honestly. I mean, if you even just, like, cough out the word Scumtown once on Instagram, I'll probably triple my audience size. So how'd you meet Vinny, man? How'd you meet at West Haven Scumbag?
Vinny, he was just like a friend of a friend, and we ended up meeting like through some like some rehab like type shit or whatever. We were like it's like I was going to like these 12-step meetings or whatever, and he was there, and I ended up meeting him. So
I've been to many.
He ended up becoming like my.
I've been to many of those myself, man. Many of those meetings.
Yeah, so he ended up like fucking becoming my camera guy after that. So like it was pretty dope. Honestly, it worked out perfectly. So
yeah, that's cool, man. I mean, you're Zackass, bro. So I gotta be honest, dude. You're pretty fucking famous, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's so weird, like, hearing people say that.
Can you go to, like, McDonald's and, like, or people will recognize you?
I mean, like, not, like, lately, nothing's been like that, well, I mean, like, like, especially, like, right now, like, no one gives a fuck who you are in the street because everyone's trying to stay away from you. But yeah, like, but, like, before that, I mean, like, sometimes here and there, like, people, like, be like, oh, I know you from, like, Instagram or, like, a YouTube video or this or that or, like, from MTV or whatever.
Yeah, like, the thing about today's era is you could be just as popular on Facebook as you were on MTV. You know what I mean? Like, you could go viral anywhere.
Like, when, like, yeah, like, some people will talk about, like, MTV, but most of the time it's, like, Instagram or, like, whatever,
Yeah.
Because, like, not as many people watch, like, actual TV as they used to. Like, it's not the same at all.
No, honestly, streaming services, and that's why I'm trying to tell you, like podcasts like this is the future, really. I mean, it might not be the best content, but it's what people do, you know?
Yeah.
You know, the podcast that I was on a few times this last year is called Scumtown, and they make like 50 G's a month, you know, just from their Patreon. They're bringing in like a $250,000 or $500,000 a year just from their fans, you know.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so you know, I see something like that, and you know, of course, I'm a fucking, scumbag Vinny. I'm a scumbag. I'm sitting here like, damn, I got to start a fucking podcast, you know. Like, shit, this got to pop off. And then I asked Bam to be on it, and he says yes, but I have to eat an entire pizza during the episode. That's the stipulation. He just wants me to pretty much shut up the whole time and just have to eat while he talks, you know? Are you a big Bam fan? Like, how'd you come about meeting him and how'd all that go down?
So I had never met him until like he threw that big party first time, not the second one. So like I ended up just hearing about that, and I was like, oh well, fuck it, I should go to this. And then like, so I flew out, and me and Vinny flew out with our friend Chad Tepper and our homie Diego. We flew out there, and like not knowing what it was gonna be like, or you know, if it was gonna get shut down or not. It was so fucking fun. That was probably like one of the most, like, that was such a badass time. I get there, and like, you know, that was right around when Too Stupid was still airing. So like where I just finished airing or something like that.
Oh, I remember. So, like, yeah. I wasn't there. I
was still like pretty new to other.
I wasn't there, but I did see. That was when I first really found out who you were. You know what I mean? Like watching the MTV show and then seeing you there, I was like, oh, I actually thought you guys were already doing stunts together. Like it just seems so fluent. You know, you kind of fit in with them really well. You know, so
yeah.
But I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go on.
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, no, it's fun. It was crazy just how it worked out. And like I get there, and then like Nikki knew who I was already, and like. She had like her and Bam had like seen the show, and then like we got there, and we just fucking ended up going. She was like, "Oh, do you want to go see Bam?" We're like, "Sure." And we go in, and we talked to him, and he's like, "Yeah, some stuff." And so we ended up just staying. We ended up canceling our flights and like staying in town longer. So we ended up going to film the piss boxing.
I seen that.
Yeah, that's what we ended up doing. It was so funny because like these people behind us were like taking engagement photos, and like we're throwing piss all over each other. It was fucking hilarious.
You ruined somebody's moment. So that they don't get that back, Zach.
Yeah. It was so great.
You could throw piss on each other every Wednesday forever, you and Bam.
Yeah, it was great.
I'll be honest with you, man. I swear to God, I wasn't at the first party, but that's when somebody gave Bam my business card, and that's how I got brought into the picture. And I went to Detroit to do a show with Bam, and really the Live Nation was just kind of taking advantage of me. I'd never done live shows, so they were taking most of the money. And that's when I said, hey, let's do this together, you know, and he liked me. So that's how I came into the fold. But I was very overwhelmed, Zach, the entire time. I was super overwhelmed. Like, I never run a big event. I didn't even help organize the first party. So I just got thrown in the mix and was I'm just a clout whore, man. Like, if you fucking share the flyer and the link for this podcast on Instagram, I'll probably do backflips in my house. You know, like I just been working at comedy for 11 years doing stand-up. And ever since I started this radio show, I actually have somewhat of a decent income coming in just from people who listen and support it, you know? So it kind of, you know, Bam hit me up 3 weeks ago and was like, yo, let's do, you know, more shows together. And before this podcast, I would have jumped all over that because it was the only thing I had, you know? So now at least I have something. And I said, Bam, let's just do the podcast, dude. Like, we could entertain the fans just by doing simple shit like this.
Yeah.
Especially during the virus time, dude. Like, he wanted... It's like 3 weeks ago, this guy wants me to put together a show during the coronavirus.
Yeah. So ridiculous.
Yeah. What about your travel back to Indiana, do you go back there often, or you just kind of do you just?
I haven't, like, the last time I went back is because my grandpa passed away. So, like, I haven't really, I try not, like, I haven't really been back, like, too much. I mean, I've gone back a lot to film and, like, do other stuff and, like, film with the other people from Too Stupid that still live there. And, like, just hang out with my dad and stuff like that. But, like, yeah, no, it was, like, sometime, like, last summer that I went back.
I lost both of my grandfathers, man. I'm sorry to hear that. That's really hard, man. Losing a grandparent is...
Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah,
it sucks. What about ridiculousness, man? Did you get to meet Rob Dyrdek, and did you get to do anything like super cool with that stuff?
Yeah. So I had met Rob like before I did the ridiculousness when I was the guest on there, because me and my friend Cody from the show, we got this. We were supposed to get an award on ridiculousness called a Ridicky or whatever, and I forgot what it was for. Well, I forgot the exact like thing it was for, but it was for it was for like me getting pubes shot on my face, and they like so I had just broken my leg, and I was still in the hospital, and I already had this like lined up for me to go be on ridiculousness, and I ended up trying. I convinced people at the hospital to let me leave early, so I like to leave and I had just like broken my leg and like. They said I had to have like a major surgery and shit, and they're like telling me that like it's a horrible idea for me to leave and all this stuff, and I was like, fuck that, like I gotta go. And I get there for ridiculousness, and like it's not even like wheelchair accessible, so I couldn't even go on the stage. And it was so dumb. Yeah, it was so fucking dumb. Yeah,
I don't mean to laugh like that.
Yeah, no, it was funny though. Yeah, so what ended up happening was, so they let my friend Cody go on and get the award, and then they were just like, I talked to Rob for a while. It was pretty cool still, and then later, for promotion for Too Stupid, when it came out, I was on an episode of Ridiculousness as a guest, and I got to do like a whole show with them, and the next thing that came on TV was my show, and that's what that's my experience with Rob. And Rob's really cool. Super down to earth, so Chanel, and
did he give you free shoes?
I like everyone there.
I'm just kidding. Did he give you sneakers? I heard he's always got sneakers on him.
No.
Anyways, what was I gonna say? I'm sorry. I always make stupid jokes. You could be the new Big in the new Robin Big series. Maybe that could be the thing. You could just be Big White Zach, Anyways, dude.
Oh my gosh.
How many broken bones do you have from all these stunts? Like, how many major injuries?
Just there's a tib fib break from me just breaking my leg skateboarding. I've gotten like third degree burns like about 3 times. I have I had to get stitches a couple times. Like nothing like insanely like serious, but I mean like breaking my leg was probably the worst thing.
Oh really?
And then like the burns just suck. Burns were horrible because that would always be at least like a month of like shittiness before like it felt okay again.
What do you think?
I had all the cacti needles in me.
Yeah. Oh shit.
When I did the cactus stunt with Steve-O.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I had cacti needles in me for like 3 months. It was insane. It was fucked up.
What do you think is your advice for me to get like my first stunt? Like if I was gonna do a stunt with you guys, what would be the most painless thing that would still maybe be respectable?
Maybe try to just do something gross, because like you're gonna be fine.
Especially since I'm a scumbag.
And then it's still fucking funny though. Yeah.
Yeah, like maybe
like
maybe you could take like I'll wear like one of those fish tanks, and you'll take like a shit in it or something. I don't know. You know what I think the fans would really like? I'm not kidding. I think fans would really enjoy if skaters filled Bam's hot tub with piss and I got in it.
That would be hilarious. It would take a while to fill it with piss.
Well, that's what Bam wanted us to do for the party. He wanted us to do that for the
Oh
party.
yeah, I remember.
And when it didn't happen, he told me to go get food coloring and water and fill it up. Bam was just trying to make it happen.
Yeah.
You know, Zach, it's like everybody thinks that being a celebrity is like the coolest thing in the world, but I know sometimes it could get lonely, not because I am, but because I've worked with not just Bam. I've worked with guys like Artie Lang. I've worked with TJ Miller from Deadpool. I've met and worked with Adam Sandler's production crew for a little while on a movie. My buddy Jimmy he rest in peace. He passed away. And he did a movie called The Week Of. And so I know it could get a little lonely and depressing, man. It's like, what do you do at home? Like, is the video games it? Because when I was growing up, video games is all me and my friends did. So I just, like, when I met Bam, dude, I knew that he was going through a lot of shit and that people just wanted to take pictures with him and use him and meet him. And it's like, how do you guys, like, because I wouldn't consider myself a celebrity ever, but how do you guys, like, kind of get away from that, man?
I don't know. Sometimes, like, I don't know if you like to do like public type stuff, like it sucks. Like, but like, I mean, it's not really like that bad. I'm not like fucking Justin Bieber, where like people are coming up to me all the time. But like, you know, I've had that happen before. It really just depends, like where I'm at or like what I'm going to do. You know.
Yeah.
But like, you know, just like hanging out with like normal, like just like a crew of like cool people and just doing whatever.
Doing whatever.
You know.
What,
just like having fun.
Do you have,
just trying to have fun. Like right, because all this Corona shit. Like, I mean, I just watch movies. I just chill. You know. I write sometimes. Like, I'll play like video games and shit. But like, other than this, like, I mean, like when all this Corona shit wasn't happening, I mean, like, I would like go to like stand up comedy stuff, and like I would just like go. I'd be out like doing stuff, like just filming more shit. Just doing whatever I could do.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, you're. I mean, yeah, you're in that stage where you're grinding. You're grinding.
You know?
Yeah, you're grinding. That's where you're at, right? You're in that grind stage. Yeah. So the passion, the love is there. You're excited about everything. You want everybody to come. Zach, that's why I'm kissing your ass right now, dude. You love it. You're the best guest we've had so far. And guess what? I just released an episode with Shoe Nice today. You know who Shoe Nice is?
Oh, yeah, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's fucking great.
I just released an episode.
How was
that? I had to buy him pizza and wings for like 3 days just so he would do it.
Holy shit. That's fucking funny. I should have told you that. I should have fucking said that.
Why, you want some wings, buddy? I got you. Honest to God, man, as long as you guys let me come hang out in California for a weekend, I'll come out with fucking steaks and lobsters.
That's funny.
Hey, man, I appreciate you coming to Scumtown, Zach. Are you going to do it? You going to come back again, buddy?
Yeah, sure. You know, whenever. Send me out.
Yeah, I'm going to shoot you a flyer, man. If you could share it somewhere, that would change my life. So that'd be fucking awesome.
Yeah, no problem.
And I love you, dude. I really do. I'm a huge fan. Everything you do is not underappreciated. Like, you do shit that people wouldn't do, and you're respected for that, and you're a legend. You are a legend, dude. Like, I'm a fan of I was a fan of Zackass, dude, but I was more a fan of people doing crazy shit like Mick Foley. That's why I brought him up, you know? And so I just think you're a Zackass guy. That's all good. That's all good stuff. But you already put yourself into like a legendary category, my man. So I just wanted to let you know that.
Thanks, dude. Oh, yeah.
All right, cool. I appreciate you coming out.
Oh, yeah.
All right, dude. We'll talk soon. Thanks again, Zach.
Thanks. Later. Peace.